I'm sitting here with the owner of a Tickety-Boo, the J112E, Peter Cunningham. What appealed to you about her?
It is a racing boat with cruising ability, and you can cruise it short-handed with maybe 2 on board, and even maybe put a Jenica up. Then you can race it flat out with 8 or 9 on board, with all the mainsails and everything else going.
So it's that marriage, I suppose, which you found appealing, because you've had boats before, but nothing as race-oriented as this.
No, I wanted a racing boat you could cruise, rather than the other boat I had, which is basically a cruiser, which you really couldn't race seriously. So.
And how did you come about finding her as opposed to any of the others that are out there?
Lots of research, and one of the things is I didn't want to have a twin helm situation like most of the modern boats have. It's got a very, very big wheel, so you can sit on the gunnel and steer upwind and still see everything that you need to see. And I quite like the design of it.
She's very light, and she obviously moves along quite smartly, and you sailed her in reasonable conditions?
Not yet, no, only in about 15 knots top, so we don't know what's going to happen.
There's the standard boat, as I say, things like the prod and that plumb bow. She's a fairly light displacement vessel, but you've gone for a few upgrades as well to enhance that.
Oh, yes, and for future-proofing, because they've got electric winch here for a halyard.
Which is not a standard.
Which is not standard, an extra. Auto helms and some of the other features down there are all additional. Electric toilet.
But things like the rod rigging, is that a standard feature on this vessel?
Yep, absolutely standard.
And the sails?
They don't get provided with the base boat, and so you have to make your own arrangements for sails. And I've gone for North sails, and they seem to be.
These are the 3DI sails?
3DI, yep, correct, on the mainsail and headsails, yep. 2 headsails, which are sort of the one you saw, which is a bigger one, and then a smaller one, sort of for heavier weather. I've also got a cruising one, which we can furl on the furler. Which has got vertical battens, so you can furl it when you're cruising, and that's just for cruising. And then the code 0, and then 2 asymmetrics, an A2 and an A3. One's for deeper reaching than the other and heavier winds. And
speaking of cruising, have you taken her cruising yet?
Oh, just for a day out,
But she's comfortable. Looking down below, she's got very nice features there, which you wouldn't typically find in a sort of a boat that is as race-oriented as this one is. So she looks like she'll be a comfortable cruiser.
That's what I hope, I think the out-and-out race version doesn't have half the squabs and things down below. It's all very bare, I think.
So I was fascinated by this helm. It's an extraordinary size, but the obvious benefit is that you can sit on either end of the gunnel and see those telltales on the jib.
That's right.
But feel?
Extremely light. You can move it less than 10 mil, and you get a response on the direction.
Because she's got a fairly big spade rudder for the size of this vessel. The
only downside is there's not much feel to it. There's no sort of no weather helm like in the old days of getting a lot of feel on the tiller arm. It's very neutral. It's absolutely centered on the spade. So I'll get used to it, but it's a new territory.
And sail controls, they come standard. You don't get involved, or you don't have to get involved in trying to. So things like in-haulers, those jib tracks are set well inboard in any event, but you still got in-haulers in there, so your pointing angles are pretty good.
And we did it correctly last weekend, weekend before, and it went vroom, like a rocket. So
what you ended up pointing, 22 degrees?
I think you can go. I don't keep seeing the numbers, but you can actually move up from standard position, up to 10 or 15 degrees high, and keep momentum. But the sort of options, if you bear off too much, you can really slow down, and so the groove is very narrow. And it's all experience, and everybody's brand new on the boat, so we're all learning like mad.
Speaking of experience, so you have got a sort of a semi-dedicated crew together, and this is a learning curve, which you'll get better and better.
Yes. We got the rum race for drinking, and the other races for not.
But you fit into a class. How does she compete, do you think? How does she compare?
I think quite very favourably. In Class B, I think we're one of the smallest Class B, which is, I think, is above 0.8 PRHRF. So.
But by all accounts, if you look at her European track record, this model is about 4 years old.
Yes.
But within the few seasons of it being introduced, she won a whole raft of regattas and awards in the European circuit anyway.
That's another reason I bought it. Yes, absolutely.
You're hoping it'll just translate into...
Absolutely, that's the idea.
John Eccleston from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.